Hello heroes, Keltar of the Heroes and Legends, and welcome back to the RPG Corner. It's time for another exciting episode where we're playing The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And we got to the end of this long underground passage. It's called Passage 3 because it's the third time I've been down here. And, well, it says that the next room is the Waterway Depths, which is probably another dungeon, because it seems each dungeon has been longer than the last one when it comes to these underground waterways. So I don't know what I'm in for, but I did decide off camera that I think we're gonna do some party swappage. So bring old Reen back into the game. Okay. This is my new setup. I'm gonna try this out, see how it goes. How we do. Hopefully it works out well. Okay? Okay.
Go.
Oh shit. There they are. I'll go on ahead. I'm going with her. I'll fire some warning shots to stop them from running. I'm with you, Reen. Alright, I'm counting on you.
It's far enough. What? Shit. What?
Reen! You came for us!
Show's over.
And these guys run really slow.
Let Her Highness and Elise go. Now.
Considering all that you've done, I can't say I'd be entirely comfortable letting you go free.
But if you release them, we might be willing to consider it. Damn kids.
It's 5 against 3. You've got no chance. And fleeing while trying to carry 2 hostages? I don't think that'll work out too well for you.
So, would you please just let them go?
Elliot, my boy, you're taking. You can't be the good cop in this situation.
Impressive. Very impressive. I had no idea Thors was educating such gifted students.
Save it. Look, we can keep this stalemate going all day, or you can release them. It's up to you. But I'm warning you, if there's so much as a scratch on either of them, you'll wish the police found you before I did. You.
Reen! Reen!
Very well. We surrender. I'm not so proud that I can't see when we have no chance of victory.
Then,
So you'll let them go? Absolutely. If you can defeat him, that is. Do it.
He just puts her down gently. Oh shit. Did he just chloroform her? Oh shit.
Son of
A volatile anesthetic?
Fear not. I simply thought it best they sleep for a short while. After all, this is hardly a sight fit for the eyes of such innocent maidens.
Just knock it. Well, you guys are just standing there. Knock it out of his hands.
Damn it!
another monster? What the?
A howl?
This roar.
Oh shit. Ah, goddamn bone dragon. What the shit? Zoro Agruga, Dark Dragon of Ruination.
What the hell is that?
It's a...
Bone dragon?
A bone dragon.
Behold! The might of the demonic flute! An artifact capable of holding even the shadow that reigned over Heimdall during the Dark Ages in its thrall. Now, I'll have you delay your journey to perdition no longer. Farewell, dear ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
There's no way we can take on that thing.
What are we gonna do?
I can't estimate its strength. Or even the best way to fight it.
Is this gonna be like an unwinnable fight? I don't know what he just did.
We're not just going to roll over and die here. If you think back on how much we've grown just during this field study, there's no way this thing is going to take us down.
No way, you say.
My blade is ready.
My blade is ready.
Too impetuous to know when you're beaten, are you? Go, Dark Tyrant! Bring down the merciless hammer of judgment upon these hapless fools!
A worthy adversary. Right. Shatter!
I'll handle it.
Right. Give it up, everyone.
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me.
Jesus.
You okay?
Thanks.
Auto tier.
I'll handle it. Got it.
An opening.
My turn.
Of course. Ha! Behold, my most powerful strike! Radiant Blade Dance!
Flames, gather on my blade.
Oh shit, I picked the wrong person.
Strike!
Here we go. Silky dance. That's that.
Listen to my song of healing.
Song of Healing.
Thanks.
You hacked my face.
My turn. Yeah.
Oh,
Delicious.
why'd you use it on him? Damn it.
Oh, that's good. My turn. Now's our chance.
I'll pick you up. Of course.
Jesus, you can't do it. It might be enough.
Here's a performance just for you.
This is a...
You've been a wonderful audience.
Yeah! That was easy as pie.
All right, let's keep going.
Hey, I got the Grim Butterfly effect, which I've already crafted.
Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Laura! V!
Roger.
What?
What?
You damned. What?
Yeah!
Nice. About time.
No. The demonic flute.
Let's check and mate. Whew, that was a tough one.
No, it wasn't, Elliot. You performed admirably.
What's our plan, Comrade G?
You vile.
Comrade G?
I am fully prepared to lay down my life for our cause. It is not death I fear, but this operation is too important to leave even a corpse behind. I'm afraid I must do what needs to be done, even if that means harming a member of the Imperial family.
I think it's about time we came out to play.
Who the hell is she?
Who are?
Oh my, aren't you a quick little kitty?
Whoa. Look at those tits. Oh my god. Just kind of want to stare for a little bit. Wow.
Just my type.
There's a lesbian.
That's the Sylphid I know.
Who the hell is he?
Comrade S? Comrade V?
Ah, you came for us. Oh, what a relief. Now we can...
These must be.
More terrorists?
I seem to recall specifically telling you to leave this operation to me. But I can't say I'm unhappy you decided to check in.
Sorry, boss. But if you got yourself caught here, we would have been off to a pretty bad start.
I do apologize for cutting in, but we figured it was for the best. Comrade C decided to join us too.
And so I have.
Oh shit.
A mask.
Comrade C, I wasn't expecting to see
Who
you.
did I say C was again?
Did my planning for this operation seem that flawed to you?
On the contrary, it was almost.
I forgot who I thought he was, because they're all letters named after their thing.
But
So
no plan is completely foolproof. One must always factor in unpredictable elements. As the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7 here have demonstrated so brilliantly.
How does he know who we are?
okay, so let's pause and think here. Who starts with a C? It's not Rufus, obviously. R. It's not Van Dyke. It's not Sarah. It's not Crow. Like, I mean, why would Crow all of a sudden flip? Dang it. Is it the Chancellor? Is the Chancellor really this guy? Oh, man.
Who are you?
We have already fulfilled our primary objective. Courting dishonor by harming a member of the Imperial family would gain us nothing now. Do you not agree?
No, you're right. Release them.
Understood. Right.
Elliot, Machias, I'm leaving the two of them to you.
Okay.
Got it.
There, a gesture of goodwill, in the hopes that we may yet resolve this without bloodshed. What say you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7? Will you stand aside and let us leave peacefully?
Like hell we will.
That's right. You tell him. Tell him, Reed.
You abducted the Imperial Princess and an innocent girl. Drugged them.
What Erebonian would stand idly by in the face of such an outrage?
It's 5 against 6. This won't be easy.
Guys.
You got guts, kids. I'll give you that.
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind a little roughhousing.
No, it's only right that I be the one to test their mettle.
Shit.
Wielders of the longsword, the great sword, the twin gun swords. Stand and face me. I shall be your opponent.
What?
Think of this as an entertaining way to kill some time. The railway military police are already on their way. Until then, pour out the vessel of your wrath upon me.
Interesting.
He's awful sure of himself.
Is he serious? There's no way he can win against all three of them.
What the shit? It's Darth Maul.
Whoa. What kind of weapon is that?
Another relic from the Dark Ages. A double saber.
C.
I am SEED. That is all you need to know. Now, come at me if you think you're able. Then allow us to begin.
Of course.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh. We're gonna have to use capsule on yourself.
My turn.
You're gonna use capsule on yourself. Oh shit, I should've. Jesus.
Go.
Let's try this out.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, leave it to me.
Okay.
You're gonna use a capsule on Reen. Radiant Dance.
Behold, my most powerful strike. Radiant Blade Dance.
Get wrecked. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, can I can't switch out people.
Go.
Motivate again.
All right, let's do this.
Double motivation. Jesus.
Okay.
Okay. Three cheese risotto. Or make soup. Stamina steak.
Yeah. Not bad.
Oh no, you don't.
Whoa, what did he just do? Oh my god, she's gonna die. Stamina steak.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Jeez. What the fuck?
That's our C for you.
Who? Can't deny he's got the brains and the brawn to lead.
What power?
He might even be as strong as Sarah.
Just who are you people?
From today, you shall know us as the Imperial Liberation Front. In our hearts, the flames of silent anger. In our hands, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator. That is our cause, our purpose.
The Imperial Liberation Front?
What dictator?
Freeze, all of you!
Sarah, get in there, whoop some ass.
Instructor, Captain Claire.
Just in time.
It appears the time has come to make our exit.
Huh? Is that?
Farewell. I'm sure we'll meet again.
What?
A bomb?
See you around.
Ta-ta for now, my little darlings.
I want to know who you are.
Let's see you claw your way out of this grave.
The passage is collapsing. Hurry!
Right.
Ugh, we couldn't leave well enough alone.
Green, you carry Her Highness.
Got it.
Shit. Oh boy.
Whew, that was pretty touch and go back there. But I'm glad to see you all pulled through.
Well, thanks to you, Instructor.
I had my doubts we were going to make it out of that alive.
You could have come a bit sooner.
Sorry. Anyway, there's no way we'll be able to follow them now.
Indeed.
So, the Imperial Liberation Front, is it? Your Highness, Elise.
Oh, thank goodness. Whatever drug they were given doesn't seem to have had any lasting effects.
I feel like I've caused you all a lot of trouble, but thank you for rescuing me.
I'm just glad that you're safe and unharmed.
Why is Laura carrying? Girl, they should have Sam or Elliot do it.
What happened?
Are you all right, Your Highness? How are you feeling?
Reen? I'm fine. You should worry more about your sister.
Looks like the intelligence division was right on the mark. We have a number of the routes back to the surface locked down. Think we could smoke them out?
Personally, I doubt it. This tunnel system is incredibly expansive, with too many areas we know nothing about.
What kind of intelligence division are you?
Continue the search for a while longer, then focus on restoring order in the city.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send a report to the other divisions and let them know the situation's been resolved.
So, Imperial Liberation Front, what's your game?
In the end, the railway military police brought the chaos under control, and the first day of the festival came to a close. Despite his injuries, Governor Regnitz kept on top of things, ensuring that the rest of the festival passed by peacefully. The next morning, it was time for us to leave the capital behind and make our way back to Trista.
Oh shit, in the palace. Only the second reception hall. The first reception hall is resolved if you had saved the king himself.
You've done so much for our family that I doubt we'll ever be able to repay you.
Not at all, Your Highness.
There's nothing to repay us for. We just did what we had to. Oh, come now. There's no need to be so modest. It scares me to think what might have happened if Elise and I had been taken away by those people. So I can't thank you all enough. Please allow me to extend my thanks for your help as well. I'm truly grateful.
Elise.
Oh, I'm just glad you're safe.
Group B's efforts were a great help to Cedric and I as well. Thank you again for your assistance in restoring order to the city.
I'm honored, Your Highness.
I'm so glad to have been of service.
Just think of it as returning the favor for your help pushing to make Class 7 a reality. Still, now we've got the Imperial Liberation Front to worry about.
Regrettably. There have been signs they were up to no good behind the scenes before now. That incident in Nord, for example. But now they finally stepped out of the shadows and announced themselves to the world. They appear to be insurgents in the truest sense of the word, led by several key figures, C being the most prominent. The intelligence division is doing its utmost to gather information about these leaders even as we speak.
They struck me as rather mysterious in some ways. Even though they abducted us, they rarely showed the kind of maliciousness one would expect from terrorists. It seemed more like they were in the grip of some kind of intense passion. True. Not that it excuses abducting Your Highness like they did.
An intense passion, you say?
It did seem that way.
In our hearts, the flames of silent anger. In our hands, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator. That's what their leaders said when they made their appearance.
Indeed. All the ham-handed theatrics of a middle school play.
Yeah. You can tell how gleeful he must have been to say the flames of silent anger in front of an audience.
Well, it's no mystery what they're referring to, at least.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't miss you.
Crown Prince.
Wait, isn't that...
Is he?
Dad's with him, too.
Oh, I'm glad you made it, Cedric!
Just in time, too.
Your Highness?
Did you come all this way just to bid us farewell?
Of course. After all you've done for us, I thought it was the least I could do. Ah, is this the rest of Class 7? It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Cedric Rice Arner. I wanted to thank you for coming to my sister's aid in her time of need. Allow me to extend to you my most heartfelt appreciation.
You're too generous, Your Highness.
The honor was ours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
This is the Crown Prince. He's pretty cute.
Fee?
I certainly wouldn't mind if he took a few lessons in manliness from the gentlemen of Class 7, though.
Alphen, come on.
I think that's a little harsh, Your Highness.
Well, you're still just 15. You have plenty of growing ahead of you. Still, it isn't often I see you keeping the Imperial Governor company.
I suppose that's true. I just happened to be here on business, so I thought I'd take the chance to say goodbye to everyone.
How are you feeling? Are your injuries all right now?
Yes, nothing too serious, fortunately. I'm still feeling it, but it shouldn't be too much longer before I'm back to my old self.
That's good to hear.
I'm glad to see you looking all hale and hearty, Your Excellency.
Thank you. While no one could have foreseen how it ended, you did manage to complete this month's field study. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to congratulate you for your exemplary work.
We're honored you'd say so.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
We three directors may have very different positions on many issues, including how Class 7 should be run. But for my part, I'd like you to enjoy student life however you choose. I think the other directors would agree with me on at least that much.
Dad.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way, Your Excellency.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about, Your Highness.
Well, if you say so. I've always found you a trustworthy man, of course. But...
Ah, I see that everyone's here.
Oh shit, it's the Emperor? Why does it have evil music when he walks in?
Oh, it couldn't be.
Or the king, I mean?
Chancellor Osborne.
That's why I think it's him, because it's the Chancellor.
As a matter of fact, the Chancellor and I just came from an audience with His Majesty the Emperor.
I'm overjoyed to see you safe and well, Princess Alpha. Clearly, the goddess has bestowed her blessings upon us.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Yeah, it's
I'd
Chancellor.
also like
He's
to
C.
reassure Prince Oliver that we're starting a nationwide hunt for members of the Imperial Liberation Front. An investigation into the backgrounds of its members is also underway, so you needn't worry.
My. Nothing gets past you, does it? Well, I suppose that means you have the security detail for next month's trade conference well in hand?
Of course. I'll see to it that everything is taken care of. Ah, but where are my manners? Please excuse me for not introducing myself.
Gileath Osborne.
I'm Gileath Osborne, representative of the Erebonian government. Though I imagine those of you who read the papers may know me better as the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
It's an honor to meet you, Your Excellency.
Your reputation precedes you, Your Excellency.
I've heard much about the recent exploits of Thor's Class 7. Traveling across the Empire for first-hand learning with your field studies, it's quite the fascinating program. I hope you'll keep up the good work.
We shall endeavor to.
Thanks.
I hope we'll live up to your expectations.
Ah, yes. It's been quite some time, young racer. I'm glad to see your new career path is working out for you.
Thank you, Chancellor. I wouldn't be where I am today if not for you. I really owe you for all you've done for me.
General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the Army. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
What are you...
I have great expectations.
Oh, Oliver didn't like that.
Nurture the bonds you share, and train up bodies and wills of steel. For I have no doubt you'll need them in the turbulent times to come.
Why do you know there's going to be turbulent times?
Oh. Rain?
Wow. Holy moly. Chancellor is C. Calling it here, guys. Plot twist. I'm reading it deep. But this episode's short, and I kind of want to go a little bit further, so let's see.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Scanda gem.
Drinks are on me someday.
Yay!
You guys are the best.
Sweet. Oh shit. Rush 2? What's Rush 2? Arena Emma Range 4. Auto Curia. Powerful Strike. Protective Wall. Powerful Strike. Let's move. Let's get the intro to the next chapter at the very least.
Mid-August. It was the peak of summer, and the sweltering sun was beating down on the residents of Trista. After returning from Heimdall, we were given a whopping 5-day summer vacation before the school year resumed. Turns out, Thor sticks to its military roots, only granting extended vacations to students over the New Year's holiday. However, nobles are allowed to visit home, ostensibly to give them time to become familiar with their family's holdings. And, as you might expect, that meant most students from classes 1 and 2 spent summer away from Trista. Meanwhile, classes 3 through 5 were stuck on campus, envying the nobility as they studied and trained as usual. The other members of Class 7 and I chose to stay in Trista as well, facing the heat with our fellow students.
$8:30. Ugh, it's so hot. I'm dying in here. I'm sick of this heat already. Talking about it is just making me feel even hotter. They need some air conditioning. Academy should install an orbital air conditioner. At least then it'd be a little easier to cope. An orbital air conditioner? What is that? Well, it's this device that blows out cool air to help regulate a room's temperature. Maybe it'd help if you think of it as the opposite of a stove. Oh, that's some kind of wizardry. I've heard of them, but aren't they supposed to be prohibitively expensive? Only the most modern buildings seem to be able to afford them. Do you have one in your house? Well, there's one in the Reinford Company's corporate headquarters, yeah. It'd be nice if my mother could spare one, you know, for the academy she sits on the board of directors for. Seems a bit much to hope for. It's a military academy, so I doubt we can expect to be indulged quite that much. Still a machine to help us keep cool in the summer. Whoever first invented that should get a medal. Even if the summer heat here is more difficult to cope with than in Legram. But as long as I think of it as another part of my training, it doesn't bother me all that much. Berahard gets similar summer heat waves, but there's usually a breeze blowing in from the canyon at this time of year. That does make summers a bit easier to manage. My hometown's up in the mountains, so it's pretty cool even around this time of year. Actually, now that you mention it, I would have thought you three would go back home for the summer, being nobles and all. You were given permission, weren't you? If everyone else was going home, I would have considered it. But in the end, I decided against it. I mean, it wasn't all that long ago I got to see Elise. Maybe next year. I came here to train. Until like I feel like I've made significant progress, I have no intention of returning home. Some of you saw my father's mansion. Do you think I'd go back to a place like that willingly? I'd much rather stay here and take my chances with heat stroke. You're really that uncomfortable at home, huh? Still, hot as it is, there's a lot going on right now. I doubt all the people headed to that conference at the end of the month have much time to be worrying about the heat. You make a good point. You're talking about the West Zumeria Trade Conference, right? That's the one. Never been an international conference on that scale before, at least not in modern times. Major Dieter Croix, who also happens to be the International Bank of Crossbell CEO, was the one who first proposed it. I've heard that Prince Oliver will be attending on behalf of His Majesty the Emperor. And Chancellor Osborne is supposed to be attending too. Seems crazy to think we met them both just a few weeks ago. The Chancellor in particular was a pretty intimidating figure. Seemed like a big scary monster. First, he served in the Imperial Army before becoming a politician. And 11 years ago, His Majesty entrusted him with the position of Chancellor. Supposedly, a full 70% of the Imperial Army is under his jurisdiction. His real fame comes from establishing most of the nation's railway network, centered on the capital. Though he's also been responsible for annexing several smaller countries and independent states around Erebona. I believe those all took place without any bloodshed, though, at least as far as I'm aware. Wouldn't put too much stock in what he's selling. Military spending in this country has increased exponentially since he took up his position as Chancellor. That's only possible thanks to the tax revenue he gleans from the people of Heimdall and those annexed nations. Well, he was the one who ordered the construction of those 2 railway guns they've got pointed at Crossbill, too. At one point, Erebona was on the verge of a full-scale war with Calvard because of those things. Oh yeah, I heard that it was actually Liberal that proposed a way to avoid an armed conflict. They ended up signing the Non-Aggression Pact, right? Yeah, I'm sure as you've noticed, there's still quite a bit of tension between the 2 countries. Wouldn't be surprised if the issue reared its head again during the trade conference. Chancellor Osborne's been a really popular figure in the capital, though. Popular enough that he seems to have a group of terrorists after him. He does seem to be the Imperial Liberation Front's main target, doesn't he? You know, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator and all that. Indeed, they seem to harbor a deep-seated grudge against him, so maybe it's not him. Their anger seemed a bit unusual in its intensity, didn't it? He does seem like the type who'd make a lot of enemies, especially with a face like that. Well, I'd rather not speak ill of my father's close ally, but... Come to think of it, isn't the instructor awfully late? It's well past time for homeroom to start. True, it should have started about 10 minutes ago, actually. I swear, that woman, she'd better not be sleeping off another hangover back at the dormitory. Wouldn't put it past her. Wish I could say there's no way our upstanding instructor would do that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Excuse me. I'll have you know I did no such thing. Today.
There she goes. Who's that lady?
Instructor? Good morning, instructor.
Morning, everyone. Anyway, I'll have you know I've got a good reason for being late today. And that reason is, we're going to be welcoming a new classmate today.
What?
What?
A transfer student at this time of year?
Seriously?
All right, come on in.
Righto.
Crow? What?
Huh? Crow?
But isn't he a second-year student?
I'm Crow Armbrust. Starting today, I'll be joining you fine folks as a member of Class 7. It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys.
What?
What? I mean, how?
Are you sure you want to know? It's a long tale fraught with the intrigue of school politics.
I don't think I'd put it quite like that. Back in his first year, he slacked off so much that he ended up failing a few of his classes. Then he came crying to me in a panic like, oh, help me, Instructor Sarah, they're not gonna let me graduate. So as a special exception, he's going to be joining us for the next 3 months to pay for his laziness.
You can't be serious.
That's an even more pathetic reason than I was bracing myself for.
I think you already know that Crow was one of the trial users for the Arcus test they ran last year, so I thought he might be a good role model for you. In that sense, anyway. And don't forget, he'll also be joining us on our future field studies, too.
Wow.
Nice. Looks like you saved me the trouble of having to explain it all. Anyway, let's let the good times roll. Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right?
Right. Easier said than done, I fear.
If he was any more laid back, he'd be comatose.
Instructor, I can't help but notice you left the door open.
Wait, is there someone else too?
Huh? Are you serious? Aw,
I was hoping to catch you off guard.
Another student?
All right. Come on in and say hello.
I thought you forgot I was out in the hall.
What the hell?
What?
What?
You must be joking.
Hey, aren't you?
You're the girl we met in the Nord Highlands.
Yuppers. Long time no see, guys. But I see a couple of you I don't know, so I guess I better introduce myself. I'm Milliam Orion. And this here is Eric Getlam, but we'll just call him Lammy for short.
What the hell is that?
Holy crap!
It's that thing we saw at Ark's fort.
So this is that strange girl you met in the Nord Highlands.
Oh, and a little house rule before anything gets blown up. No bringing that thing out in the classroom. If he accidentally smashes a wall or blasts through the ceiling, I'm the one who's gonna get chewed out for it.
Boo! Fine. Anyway. Nice to meet you guys.
Jesus.
Tell me you're kidding. Please?
I really wish I could.
Well, I can see we're in for some fun times these next 3 months.
What the hell just happened? Three days went by. First, no one was sure what to make of Crow Armbrust and Intelligence Division agent Milliam Orion's sudden transfer into Class 7. Within a matter of days, it almost felt like they'd been there all along. I'm sure none of you need to be reminded that it was none other than Emperor Dracos who ended the War of the Lions. Yes, we know this. Did you know that the historical records tell us that he had amazingly few soldiers under his command? Initially, his allies numbered only a few confidants and several warriors from Nord. While supporters rallied to him in each region, his ranks still couldn't hope to compare to the other prince's armies. Nonetheless, they continued to advance, liberating region after region, and after half a year of bloody battles, Prince Dracos met perhaps his most well-known supporter. Milliam, right? Would you happen to know the historical figure to whom I'm referring? Sure do. Leanne Sandlot, also known as the Lance Maiden. Hey, Crow's back there sleeping. Ooh, right you are, well done. Sandlot was the daughter of a count who ruled over a remote region, and accounts tell us she showed great martial skill from a young age. In particular, her skill with the lance was unparalleled. No records exist of her ever being bested in combat. The Lance Maiden also had a group of mighty warriors under her command who fought alongside her in battle. Perhaps you'd like to illuminate us as to the name of this famous band, Reen. Oh shit. Group of mighty warriors led by the Lance Maiden, that's the Eisenritter, also known as the Iron Knights. They're a band of knights said to be able to charge across the battlefield like lightning, cutting down all in their path. Correct, you've done your homework. Holy shit. It's like, it's the one that sounded the most cool. The wandering prince met the Lance Maiden one day during a prolonged conflict in a remote region of the country. After recognizing each other as reliable and trustworthy, they pledged to fight together under a united banner. With the Lance Maiden and her knights bolstering his ranks, Dracos' army swept through one region after another. In just a year, he was able to defeat the other princes and free the imperial capital, Heimdall. As an interesting footnote, the castle the Eisenritter used as their base of operations 250 years ago just so happens to be only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Laura's home in Legram. Indeed, it's known as Lohengrin Castle. It's a beautiful old building situated on the shore of Lake Ebel to the west of Legram. Oh, you've mentioned that before. Does anyone live there now? No, due to the dangerous terrain there, no one goes near it. These days, it exists simply as a relic of a bygone age. The Arside family is responsible for the care and maintenance of the castle, though really only minimal work is done. Speaking of the Arside house, Was one of your ancestors the Eisenritter's second in command? Indeed, the Landsmaiden's most trusted assistant and confidant from what I understand. The Sandlot family line ended with the death of the Landsmaiden. It's partly because of that the Arside family mourns her death each year. I see. What a fascinating story. Like Grandma, never had a mission there, so I've never been able to go. Maybe I should have stopped by when I went to Bearheart a while back. You'd think she'd at least try to conceal the fact that she gets sent all over the country on secret missions. I know, she totally just let it slip that she was doing something in Bearheart, too. Well, I suppose it's better than her being all distant and cagey around us. Alright. Okay, so tomorrow's a free day, which means next Wednesday you'll have your usual practical exam. You'd better all bring your A game. Oh, Milliam and Crow, a few must-have instructional materials you guys are going to need as part of Class 7 finally showed up. I'll hand that stuff off to you once we're done here, so I want you to come with me to the faculty lounge. Righto. Man, what a drag. Alright, homeroom's out for the day. Flee while you can. Sam, if you'll do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow. He doesn't get one of our uniforms. So what do you think? Well, I don't think we have to be on our guard around her, at least. Same. Though I'd rather she kept that giant silver thing of hers hidden. I don't think she's a bad girl. I was taking a nap in the courtyard yesterday and she came and fell asleep next to me. What does that have to do with whether or not she's trustworthy? They look like a couple of kittens all curled up together. Their personalities may be worlds apart, but they're both rather cat-like in their own ways. She can't be more than 12 or 13, still practically a child. Yeah, you're right. She's so chipper all the time that it's hard to really be cold toward her. I don't think I can bring myself to spurn her. She's got this natural charm, I think. Be that as it may, her presence here reeks of blood and iron, if you take my meaning. Well, certainly seems that way.
As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance.
Oh.
I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
It's hard to believe a girl like that could be an agent of the intelligence division. But just going off what happened in Nord, there's not much that could make me doubt it now. And then there's that thing, Ergetlam, that's always with her. She calls it Lammy, but aside from its name, we don't really know anything about it. It seems to be made from some strange material with both metallic and ceramic properties. Hard but pliable. Agreed. It doesn't look like anything you could make even with the most cutting-edge orbital technology. When I touched it, it felt really nice and cold. Wow, so you actually touched it? Hasn't escaped my notice that it seems strikingly similar to the combat shells we fight in our practical exams. I think it's safe to assume they share some kind of common origin. Yeah. The instructor said she was forced to accept it, though. In a sense, Milliam was forced on us, too. You're welcome to think that you will, but think what you will, but I don't trust her. So the Dildo Bot and Lammy are one and the same. Or they're of the same make. Either way, she's technically our classmate now, like it or not. Maybe a little early to tell her whether we can trust her as a friend, but we should be able to figure out pretty quickly whether we can count on her as a member of Class 7. Ah, well that's a logical way of breaking it down at least. You're right, it's still pretty early to make sweeping judgments. Knowing her background would be great, but what's really important is whether we can count on her in a fight. Agreed, as students of a military academy, it's probably the most important issue. We'll have to wait and see. Well, considering we're living in the same dorm, it'd be good if we all got along. Yeah, I wouldn't want her to think we're trying to make her feel unwelcome either. And then there's Crow. What's he like, Rain? You seem like you get along with him pretty well. I don't know if I'd put it quite like that. If I had to say, I'd describe him as a capricious gambling addict, way too prone to ante up for every hand. Adios help us. He sounds like the kind of miscreant one would be better off avoiding. You can count on him when the chips are down, though. He really helped us out last month when Elise went to the old schoolhouse. He's good in a fight and pretty handy with his Arcus, too. Maybe we're worrying over nothing, then. Still not really sure how to connect with him, you know? Well, at least we're in the separate dorms for the time being. We'll just have to see how things go. And I have control. It's one of those. So, where's the new... Okay, there's first floor with Sarah. Crow's nowhere to be found. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. It's interesting. I got 2 new classmates. Do they show up on my link meter? They do not. So maybe they don't count that way. Interesting. Well, that's been a sweet little transitional episode of the RPG Corner. We ended one chapter and started another, so the next episode we're going to continue and find out what's going on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more amazing content. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that notification button if you want to get notified of the next episode of the series and or any other videos. And make sure to leave a comment if you have something to say. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.